This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. The Knicks 2-game tune-up is done, and they did what they had to do. Let's analyze. The Knicks going into tonight beat up on the Charlotte Hornets by 20 last game. And tonight, wow, tonight, talk about beatdown to the tune of a 34-point blowout. This game was never in question. I've never seen that before. The Knicks started the game on a 23-0 run, scored 41 points in the first quarter, and they had a 29-point lead. And then it was cut at half to 21 points. Mikal Bridges in the first quarter, 10 points. He was 5 for 5 in the first quarter. Deuce McBrizzle came off the bench, 16 points in the first half. Now, let me rewind. OG Anunoby returned, right? However, going into that game, I wanted to see. Remember earlier this week I said, is it going to be Hart coming off the bench or Deuce? Then I rethought it, and I'm like, it's likely going to be Deuce coming off the bench, and that's what happened because that's the role that Deuce is accustomed to playing, and Deuce plays his role well. Deuce McBride, by the way, 27 for his last 42 from three. He's become a three-point marksman, a three-point sniper. It's somebody you just don't want to leave open, period. Now, OG Anunoby, as I said, returned. And right on time, OG, missing 9 games. Right on time for OG Anunoby because the Knicks are going to need him. The Knicks are going to need him. We'll talk about why very shortly. I'm sure you guys are aware as well. But OG Anunoby, 23 minutes, 11 points. He shot 4 for 8 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and he was a +7. And look, listen, they needed OG because they went against Lauri Markkanen, 26 minutes. He had 18 points, and man, -33. I mean, the Utah Jazz as a whole. I mean, the tandem of Markkanen and George, who was ranked the 4th tandem in the league. They both had 18 points. But tonight was just not their night. Tonight was just not their night. The Knicks scored 47 points in the third quarter, finished the game 115-77. Listen, kudos, and shout outs go out to the Knicks for taking care of business. Again, not only tonight, but the Charlotte game. The Knicks took care of business to the tune of, again, 115-77. The Knicks are now 13-1. Best start since 92-93. They are, talk about home cooking. You cannot come to the Garden and expect to win. They defend a crib, and they take care of business. Again, shout out to the Knicks for taking care of. You have to play who's on your schedule. And right now, the Knicks took care of business. So, again, shout out to the Knicks. All right. Enough now with that. The Knicks need to focus up now. This was what was it? Batting practice. This was tune-up. This was the dress rehearsal for Game 3 against a team that the Knicks are 0-2 against in the Orlando Magic. Okay? And say what you will, maybe Lauri Markkanen can be the I mean, I don't know. Lauri Markkanen is a handful and a guy who can play on the perimeter. Can he be an example of a Franz Wagner? I don't know. But the Knicks have two things that may play against the Knicks. They're playing against the afternoon game bug, which is never good. 11:30 pregame, 12 o'clock start. I don't know why they do these things when you've got football, and at 1 o'clock or whatever. But that's what it is. But the Knicks are going to have plenty of motivation, right? The Orlando Magic own the Knicks. They've beat the Knicks down twice. They use physicality against the Knicks. They take the Knicks lunch money. So the Knicks have all the motivation in the world to handle their business. All right. Mike Brown is using what they said at the beginning of the game. What was it? His ninth lineup, starting lineup. Look, he's figuring this thing out. And he went back to the Tibbs lineup. OG Anunoby at the 4, Mikal at the 3. Depending. I mean, this is positionless basketball, right? So really, Mikal at the 2, Brunson at the 1, and then you've got OG and Hart at the forwards, and then you've got Karl-Anthony Towns, who clearly plays well at the center position, right? So that's what they're doing right now. And Orlando, by the way, is 11-4 in their last 15. So the Knicks, I don't want to hear, there better not be any, and you would never expect this from this group, but you don't want to hear this team, they were hanging out Saturday night and blah, blah, blah. No. They've got all the motivation in the world to be focused. And Sunday, I don't care what time the game is, you've got to give a lot of credit as well to the fact that, El Capitan and Brunson has found his shooting touch from 3. The Orlando Magic, yes, Paolo Banchero is back. He only played 20 minutes, 9 points tonight, and 6 rebounds. He's going to be ready for the Knicks, right? He's going to be ready for the Knicks. And obviously, Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner is a guy that the Knicks have a problem with. Clearly, the Knicks have a problem with. I'm hoping that this is, I think, this is this was a tune-up game from Paolo Banchero and for OG Anunoby. Look, this is going to be a physical game. Okay, Brunson, by the way, tonight, 33 points, 9 for 17. Looked like Brunson, 9 for 6 from 3. I mean, look, Brunson has been struggling from 3 for a minute, so I'm happy to see that he balled out. But again, y'all, it's all about, I told you, I thought Charlotte was going to be a wash. I thought Utah was going to be a wash. And they mopped the floor with both teams. This is what it's about. The Knicks right now have championship aspirations. Say what you will. They have championship aspirations. So you have to send a message. Orlando, too, cannot come to the crib and bully you guys. And I think Orlando's the only home loss. The only home loss. The Knicks need to get Orlando, and then they play Tuesday against the Raptors in the Cup quarterfinals. They need to take care of business, y'all. They need to take care of business. All right? As simple as that. Simple as that. So, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, the Knicks, look, had I been at this game tonight, I would have been out in the second quarter. I would have been looking at the train schedule, and I would have been out in the second at halftime, y'all. Seriously, this game was a wash. And look, listen, you play who you play, But this Orlando matchup coming Sunday, the Knicks need to take care of business. You do not want Orlando to not only beat you 3 times, but be the only team to come into MSG and give you your second loss after giving you your first. You don't want that. You don't want that. And I called this Orlando Magic our Detroit Pistons of last year. They just play physical. They bully the Knicks. We've got OG Anunoby back after 9 games. We're starting a new lineup, the 9th lineup, but this is a familiar lineup. This is the lineup that took us to the Eastern Conference Finals. This is the Tibbs lineup. This is the starting lineup with familiarity. What do you guys want to see there? Also, I want to talk about the Giannis stuff, right? The Giannis stuff. Is he going to be a Knick? As I said in the last video, the fact that Giannis is out now with another calf strain, I have a problem with that. He's had calf issues for a minute. We know these calf strains can be very dangerous. Kevin Durant had a calf strain, came back too early, tore his Achilles, right? Tyrese Halliburton, calf strain, came back, and obviously, Game 7, you're going to come back regardless. Achilles injury. Now, do you want a Giannis Antetokounmpo with not one but multiple calf injuries, whether it's his left calf, right calf? That's a concern. I've heard people, that's not going to deter teams from checking in. Of course not. It shouldn't. However, it should. It should a little bit. The history. Calf strains look, Dame Lillard, calf strain, came back, balled, Game 1, I think it was his second game back, tore his Achilles. I'm not taking this calf injury lightly. Now, I get it. He's not a Knick, but he's on the Knicks' radar. Speaking about that, let's look at. I forgot to look at another guy who would be possibly in the Giannis trade. Karl Anthony Towns, 22 minutes, 18 points, and he had 9 rebounds. So, look, the more and more I think about it, I'm sure Leon Rose will do his due diligence. I don't think it is likely that Giannis goes anywhere. I mean, this was when I saw how he fell with that calf strain, I'm like, is that legit or is that an acting job? And because of the wanting to be traded and what have you, look, I'm sure the Knicks will do their due diligence if they go out and acquire one Giannis Antetokounmpo. But again, calf strains lead to Achilles injuries. So if I'm Leon Rose, I get it. I'm the Giannis as a player plays with heart. He's a bull. He's not, he's a dog. He competes. But that would scare me. With the Knicks team that has, look, listen, it would be the Knicks' luck to trade for Giannis. And then, unfortunately, again, I don't even want to say that, but Giannis get well. But I'm a little hesitant with that. Now it's that time. In the World Cup draw, the USA gets Group D, and of course, Haiti, your boy's Haitian American, if you did not know, gets Group C. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms at Sam I Analyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.